AFTV Mo, what can I say? That was so disappointing today.
Yeah, man, another day, another disappointment, another Desmond. It's just sad, man. It's just very frustrating, you know.
2-0 at half time.
Yeah.
And looking good, and we're thinking, you know, everybody's confident. Everyone's thinking, right, it's going to be a walk in the park. They just disappeared in the second half, didn't we?
Yeah, and the thing is, at half time I was thinking, brilliant, this is exactly what I wanted, just a regulation win against, you know, a team really struggling. We saw our rivals, Chelsea and Tottenham, race into early leads yesterday and see the game out. And I thought, yeah, good, that's exactly what we needed. We needed to respond. And that second half was shocking. That's really, really, really poor. You know, it's for me, it's memories of Newcastle when we were 4-0 up. At least that time we had an excuse, because we capitulated in that game, but I think Diaby got sent off just after half time or something. And fine, there was an excuse, but it was still a capitulation, and they scored a wonder goal to get the fourth. There was, you know, some things that happen not very often. Today though, we just folded. We absolutely folded. And again, what does it come down to? Individual errors. First, Socrates, shocking pass, but look, if you're going to play that style of football, no one would describe Socrates as a real ball-playing defender. So yeah, we know there's going to be a mistake in him. And then again, the guy that I was surprised that we signed, given our specific problems, David Luiz, gives another penalty. That's 5 games, 2 penalties is given away. We've got a lot of defensive problems, and the fact that we signed David Luiz to solve those defensive problems, to me, is like giving an alcoholic more alcohol to take his mind off being an alcoholic. It just makes no sense to me. Do you know what I mean? He's always going to feed into the problem we already had, which is why I was really surprised by that signing. And so far, that's not working out for me. But really, for me, the biggest villain today has got to be Emery. You know, I thought his management of the game was absolutely shocking. We conceded 31 goals. 31 chances in that game. That is the most since Opta started recording these statistics in a 2003-2004 season. That's like, we're talking about 15 years of records here, and that performance, mainly that second half, because out of that 31, 23 shots came in that second half. And then you look at it and you say, all right, Emery, what did you do to correct that? Or we look at it and say, what one player said, all right, do you know what, I'm going to be the role of a leader here, and I'm going to say to our players, let's get hold of the ball. Let's just dominate the ball. You know, if they don't have the ball, they can't make the chances. But we were so reckless. We were so silly with it. Not one person stood up. It's not a surprise we've got a captaincy group, because there's not a standout leader there. And on top of that, the substitutions I thought were really, really poor.
Do you think, like, I can keep going back to it, because Lee Judges brought it up earlier. He said he feels that Emery, even at this stage, is on thin ice.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say he's on thin ice, because look, for the first season I said it was free, so I'm only basing it on 5 games, and I think that's too early. What I would say though is that, you know, we got rid of Arsene Wenger and replaced him with Emery. I was never going to judge him in that first season. I was going to let him have that for free. But now the question's there, right? Why have we changed? What was the reason for changing? What progress are you showing us? The first 5 games, there is no progress. We have to accept that, but we have to give him a bit more time. This is a season we're judging him. We're only 5 games in. Let's give him a little bit more time. So I wouldn't say he's on thin ice, but today was very, very poor management. And if I was a decision maker as to whether we renew his contract at the end of the season, games like today would be causing me a lot of concern. His substitutions today were shocking. I didn't agree with him even starting Ozil today, because Ozil's not a player that you play away from home against a physical team. Watford aren't in good form. So the one thing they're going to say, and we've heard it before from them, is get physical with Arsenal. Stick it on them. And when you go to an away game against a team that's not relying on their football, they're relying on their physicality to get into the game, Ozil's not the man you want to be playing. And even if you do make the mistake of playing him, when you make the first substitution, all of us were thinking, yeah, this will be Ozil, and it was Ceballos. To me, Ceballos embodied our first half. He created a goal for Aubameyang again with another tackle, and Kolasinac got the assist, but it was him with the tackle, and he was always showing for the ball. I thought he was very good. He didn't deserve to come off. So for me, look, you know, Emery today has got a lot to answer for, and it just simply wasn't good enough.